Hello, my name is Mark Collins. I'm the Service and Warranty Manager for Southern Development Homes in Charlottesville, Virginia. Here today to do a walkthrough on your new home that you purchased, and also to go over some maintenance tips as far as to how to keep your home in a good running condition. One of the things we can discuss is the filter for your range hood, which is a vented range hood, which is vented outside. There is a screen that is on the bottom of this range hood, which is removable by this little latch right here, which is snapped in. And then you also have two little latches underneath, which will take out your filter. Your filter is a washable filter. It is also replaceable as well, but you can take them out and use these little clips here to pinch them to actually take them out and to also replace them and put them back in. Next thing we want to talk about is your kitchen small appliance circuits. There's two 20 amp circuits that are in your kitchen to allow you to use more than one appliance at one time. If you try to use your coffee maker and your toaster at the same time, you're just going to overload that circuit. So these actually have a reset button and test button on them, so in case they do get overloaded or there is a fault with the ground, that this light right here will turn off and it will shut the receptacle down without you having to go down to where the breaker is. This will also can be reset by the reset button that is on top. Once that is push reset, the green light is back on and your appliance should be working again. With your dishwasher, one thing that homeowners may not know is that there is actually a filter that is in the bottom of this dishwasher that we recommend at least checking and cleaning once a month. In order to get to the filter, you would actually pull the tray out, and the filter actually unscrews from the bottom of the dishwasher. It looks like this, and then what we'd suggest to do is to clean it, wash it off, probably with a Dawn dishwashing liquid to get any grease or whatever off of it, and then you can actually screw it right back into place. Another thing we'd like to show you is your garbage disposal, which is attached underneath of your kitchen sink. Built in underneath of your garbage disposal is an actual push button resettable fuse. It is located underneath of the garbage disposal. You should kind of feel around for it if you don't want to lay down, but you actually feel it, and if it's popped out, you can push it back in. You will hear a little pop, and that will reset the fuse. Also, if your garbage disposal is blocked or locked up, you can actually use this tool, which is provided with the garbage disposal, to put it in underneath and lock it in, which can help you turn your garbage disposal to unblock it, and then you can turn it back on to clear it. Also, if you're using your garbage disposal and you don't have any power, when you hit the switch, you will hear a buzzing noise. In order to reset that GFI, you will need to leave the switch on and then hit the reset button. Then turn your switch off and then plug it back in, and then you can hit the switch to use your garbage disposal again. So outside of your home builder's 1-year warranty, your appliances offer a separate manufacturer warranty. You will need to register these appliances with the manufacturer so that it can actually start your warranty. In the event that something does happen to the appliance where it's not working correctly or not working as it should, you will need to contact the manufacturer and give them the model and serial number, which is usually located on the inside of the unit, like of the dishwasher, or beneath the tray of the oven itself. In the event that one of these goes out, they can actually be replaced. It is not a light bulb that will just need the bulb replaced. This will actually have a label on the back that will tell you the model and serial number or the model and brand name of this unit. You will actually have to take it down, disconnect the wire nuts, and replace the unit by hooking up the wires back color to color. Then all you would have to do is put the wires back in and snap it back into place. I want to show you how to operate your window sash. As far as for these are single hung window which tilt out, and you would have to unlock them. Raise up your window sash, squeeze in these two tabs, and your window will tilt out, and you would be able to clean it. If this were a double hung window, your top sash would actually come down and tilt out as well for easy cleaning. Then you would put it down and lock it back in. Your bedrooms in your home are also equipped with an arc fault circuit interrupter, which is a little bit different than the ground fault circuit interrupter. These are very sensitive outlet, which if they sense any sort of arc, they will trip the breaker. So we do recommend, in the event that you are vacuuming your carpets, make sure the vacuum is turned off before you plug it in. Your outlets in your restrooms are tied into a ground fault circuit interrupter as well, much like the ones that are in your kitchen, except for your bathrooms will all be tied onto one circuit. And usually the ground fault receptacle will be located in your primary bathroom. In case your outlets do not work in the other bathrooms of the house, come to the primary bathroom and check to see if your GFI has been tripped, and then you can reset it. Your home is also equipped with smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. The ones that are in the bedrooms are smoke detectors. The ones that are out in the common area or general areas of the home are a combination smoke detector and carbon monoxide detector. We do recommend replacing the batteries twice a year. These are interlinked together, and if one goes off, they all go off. But in order to replace the battery, you will untwist the unit. There is a wiring harness attached to it from behind. You will unplug that wiring harness, take your battery out, hit your test button, and it will reset the unit. Put the battery back in, make sure it's in the right direction, and then push your test button to test the unit. Then you'll want to take your wiring harness and attach it back to the unit, push the wires up in, and twist it back in place. Your home's HVAC system comes equipped with an Ecobee thermostat system, which is right here on the wall, which is relatively easy to use. To adjust temperatures up and down, you put your finger on the temperature itself and go up and down to control the heat and cool. We never recommend turning the unit off itself. You can either use it and keep it on heat or cool. There also is an app that you can download to register this thermostat, and that can actually help you run it from your smartphone. You can control it from in your home or when you're away from your home. We offer several different fireplaces in Southern Development. We have a couple that are gas powered and a couple that are electric. On this one is a gas powered fireplace, which you can actually run in the event of a power outage, which I wanted to demonstrate of how to do that. So the first thing you would need to do in case of a power outage is pull this main screen off. This is the battery pack, which will take 4 AA batteries. This will actually become the control of your power source for your fireplace in the event of a power outage. And then hit your control box to on, and that will automatically start the fireplace without any need of electric power or AC power. Never leave batteries inside of the battery compartment because they can tend to corrode. We also provide water shutoffs underneath of every sink and behind every toilet in case of a leak of a drip or a leak at your faucet, which would take a small turn, shut the water off, small turn to turn it back on. In all of our Southern Development homes, we install the Bradford White Aerotherm water heater. This is a hybrid hot water heater, not to be confused with a tankless water heater. This is a hybrid hot water heater which has several different modes. This has a heat pump mode, a hybrid mode, and electric only mode. The heat pump mode is a heat pump mode only. There is a heat pump that is built into the top of this water heater, which it will take warm air from inside the home, run it through a coil, go through a condenser, and create hot water. It also helps with the efficiency. We normally keep it on the hybrid mode. It will help with, as far as recovery times go on hot water. If you are to drain them completely down, heat pump mode will take a lot longer to recoup all the water. The hybrid mode would take a little bit less time. Electric mode would be electric only, but less efficient. The model also has a vacation mode on it, so if you are going on vacation, you can set it for how many days you're going on vacation, and it will knock this down to a lukewarm temperature instead of heating it full blast until the time you come back. In order to change your temperature, you will want to hit enter to wake up the board, and you can adjust your heat and cool up and down. Then you'll hit enter. To change your mode, you'll hit your mode buttons, which can actually jump it down. You can tell it how many days you want it to be on electric mode. So if you have a lot of people over and you want faster recovery time because a lot of people are taking more showers, you might want to put it onto this while you're having company over. Vacation mode will ask you how many days. Again, like I said, that you're going on vacation, you can set it for that many days, and then it'll automatically shut back off and go back to whatever mode you had it set on. heat pump mode. Like I said, is heat pump only. This does have a filter warning light button, which this filter here, which you'll snap these two little clips, take it off. It is a washable filter. You can just wash it off, rinse it off, and then replace it, snap it back into place. If the filter light comes on, it will beep and it will blink red. And all you have to do to reset that is to hold this down for 3 seconds and it will reset. This also does create condensation as far as that goes when it's in heat pump or hybrid mode, which on this side is a condensate drain. So if you ever see water that is coming out of this pipe, coming from the water heater, is nothing to be concerned about. It is actually creating condensation and just draining it out so that it does not collect inside the unit. If you need assistance or service on this unit, you will need to call Bradford White Water Heater Company, and they will want the model and serial number, which is on a label listed right here on the side. It also has a quick start guide right here on the side, which can tell you what the modes mean, how to operate them, how to change them, and give you all sorts of information. We also leave the book with the unit as well. This is your low voltage panel here. This is where your home runs are for all of your cable, Ethernet, and phone lines if needed, if we're going to be used. This is the location where everything is set up so you can actually run a router or a modem here and run everything that's in your home from one location, be hooked up to it. It also has a power outlet in it so you can run your equipment and everything can be set and run from here. This is your electrical panel for the home. This is where, of course, everything that is electric in the home is getting powered from. This is your source. Also, all your breakers that control everything. In the event that something does not have power, you can also always come down to here and see if one of these has been tripped, which means it'll be in the opposite position from everything else. And then you can actually reset that button as well by just flipping it the opposite way. This is the main water shutoff for your home. We do recommend it if you're going out of town on a vacation extended period of time, that you actually shut this unit off so that there's no water coming into the home while you're out of town. The main way to do that is just make sure that the valves turn perpendicular to the pipe. You also have a pressure increaser valve that is on the unit as well. And in order to increase or decrease the pressure, you would actually loosen this nut and either screw the bolt out or screw the bolt in. The more it's out, the less pressure you will have. One very important part of your home's maintenance is the HVAC furnace filter. We also want to make sure we check this every 3 months, so at least for the first year, and just to make sure that it is not clogged or contaminated with anything. You can pull your filter cover off, pull your filter out, you will see that it will not be the clean white, the color that it is now. When you replace this filter, you want to make sure you get the same size filter. You also want to make sure that the arrow, when you put it in, is always facing the unit. The other thing we want to talk about is the condensate drain here. So during your summer months when your AC is running, your furnace will create condensation, which this is a condensate drain here, which it will come down and go in and over to a floor drain. We want to make sure that this trap never gets filled up with anything or backed up, because it will shut the unit down. So I do recommend once every couple of months is to take warm water and maybe a little bit of bleach and pour it down into this trap just to make sure it's cleared. So that way there's nothing in and can not get backed up. This does have an automatic shut off in case the condensate does get built up into here. The eco smart homes that we build are very tight, where we have to put in a system to actually bring fresh air into the home and circulate it through the house. This is a time damper unit that actually will come on at a certain amount of minutes per every hour and actually bring fresh air in and circulate it through your home. This also has a filter on it as well, which would be behind these 2 screws you would take out. Lift this cover forward. It is a takeout filter and it is washable. Suggest changing that or checking it at least every 3 months as well. Another thing we want to talk about also is garage doors. In the event that your garage door is actually not working, the one thing you want to do is make sure that this red light is always on the control panel. If it's not, you might want to check the ground fault receptacle, which is located here. If that is tripped, hit that reset and this red light should come back on. You also have red lights and green lights on your sensors on the bottom of your garage doors, which if they get blocked by anything, they will be blinking and will not work the door. So that's the one thing to check. Main thing is, if you don't have a red light on here, check your power source first. Attached to your gutters on your home are downspouts, and the downspouts we also attach a daylight to. The reason for this is to make sure that water goes away from the home and not anywhere near the foundation. The best thing for you to do is to make sure for maintenance is to make sure that downspout or daylight is actually cleared of debris in front of it to block that water from getting out of it. A few other maintenance items for the exterior of your home: your driveway to make sure that it's clean and clear of debris, and also wait for it to cure for 6 months before you seal it. We also lay fresh sod down when we closure on your home, and it is your homeowner's job to actually make sure you maintain water on that sod. We do recommend 20 minutes per day, twice a day, usually in the morning or in the evening for at least a couple of weeks until that sod is rooted. Another thing to do is make sure that at any signs of first frost is to make sure that you disconnect your hoses from any hose bibs around the house. These are frost-free and drain-free, but they will not drain if there is a hose attached to them. The post light outside of your home is controlled by a dusted-on photocell, which is usually mounted on the house. This is a box here that has the power coming in and power going away to the post light itself. Make sure this is clean and clear. And if this is not working, you might want to check the ground fault circuit interrupter receptacle that is on the front of the porch. At Southern Development, we also put together a homeowner manual for you as well. In this book, we'll explain to you your vendor warranties. It'll also explain your home warranties, and it also helps with troubleshooting guides and tips, basically everything about your home, and as far as who to contact in case of an emergency situation.